Hello everyone, my name is Ravi Sani. Today we are going to start 6th class NCERT book, The Earth, Our Habitat. This book consists of 8 chapters as you can see on the screen. We will be discussing each chapter in a separate video. In today's video, we'll start with the first chapter, The Earth in the Solar System. So basically in this chapter we will be knowing about our solar system. So let's start. During the night time we can see a large number of bright objects in the sky. The whole sky is filled with tiny shining objects. Some are bright, others are dim. They all appear to be twinkling, but if you look at them carefully, you will notice that some of them do not twinkle as others do. Along with bright objects, you can also see moon on most of the day. However, moon may appear at different times in different shapes and at different positions. You can see the full moon only once in about a month's time, and that is full moon night, or we can call it Purnima. A fortnight later you cannot see it at all. It is a new moon night or Amavasya. So now all those objects which we can see in the night time, why cannot we see all those objects during the daytime? It is because the very bright light of the sun does not allow us to see all these bright objects of the night sky. Okay, got it? We cannot see all the objects during the daytime because of the very bright light of the sun. Now the sun, the moon, and all those objects shining in the night sky are called celestial bodies. Clear? Some celestial bodies are very big, they are hot and are made up of gases. They have their own heat and light which they emit in large amount. So these celestial bodies are called star. Which celestial bodies are called star? Those bodies which are very big, hot, they are made up of gases, they have their own heat and light, and the light which they emit in large amount, those celestial bodies are called star. Like sun is a star. Sun emits light, sun emits heat, so sun is a star. Now there are countless twinkling stars in the night sky similar to our sun, but we do not feel their heat or light, and they look so tiny because they are very far from us. Like sun is our star, or sun is our nearest star. There are so many billions of stars available in the universe which are very similar to the sun, but we do not feel their heat and light. Why? Because they are very far away from us. Okay, as we all know, when we see any objects from very far away, the objects appears very smaller, like an aeroplane looks when it is flying at a great height. Okay, now what is constellation? Constellation is basically pattern formed by different groups of stars. Now there are so many stars in the sky. Now the pattern which a group of star forms, that is called constellation. Like if you see in the picture, it's a pattern. Let me change the color, just a second. Like there are 7 stars, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and these are forming a pattern. This is the pattern they form. So this pattern is Ursa Major, or this constellation we call it Ursa Major or Big Bear. This is one such constellation, and this is the most easily recognizable constellation. It is also called Saptarishi. Saptarishi means sept means seven, rishi means sages, seven sages. Okay, it's a group of seven star, as I already told. Okay, so in ancient time, people used to determine directions during the night time with the help of stars. How? From the same picture, if you see, if one is standing facing north and using this constellation Ursa Major, there is an imaginary line which is drawn from eye joining two stars of the constellation Ursa Major, and there is this star which is called North Star. So this North Star is also called pole star. This star indicates the north direction. So it always remains in the same position in the night sky. So that is why in ancient time people used the location, or people determine the direction using the stars. Okay. So next, in earlier we have studied about celestial bodies which were very big, which were made up of gases, had their own heat and light. Now there are some celestial bodies which do not have their own heat and light. They are lit by the light of the other stars. So such celestial bodies are called planets. So planets are those celestial bodies which do not have their own heat and light and are lit by this light of the stars. So we will not be going into the word planet, from where it comes. So basically we'll be discussing about the basics. So on the earth is the planet on which we live. So earth is basically a planet. So earth gets all its heat and light from the sun, which is our nearest star, So if we look at the earth from a great distance, say from the moon or say from the space, it will appear to be shining just as the moons. Just as moon shine because of the sunlight, earth also shines. So what is moon? Moon is basically a satellite, a natural satellite. It is companion of our earth and moves around it. Like our earth, there are 7 other planets that gets heat and light from the sun, and some of them have their moons too. So there is an interesting fact which we will be discussing once we will study the solar system. Now next comes, what is solar system? Solar system is basically the solar family. And what is solar family? The sun, 8 planets, satellites, and some other celestial bodies known as asteroid and meteoroids form the solar system. Okay, it is also called solar family, as I already told, the solar family with the sun as its head. Now what is solar system? As you can see on the screen, so this is the star sun, and these are planet Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. These are 8 stars. 8 planets. Sun is star, and this sun has 8 planets. Sun has 8 planets. Okay, now out of these planets, Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus have rings around them. These are belts of small debris. which is an interesting fact. Like this, these are the rings, like Jupiter, Saturn and Uranus. They have rings around them. Now what is sun? Sun is in the center of the solar system. It is huge and made up of extremely hot gases. It provides the pulling force that binds the solar system. Sun is so big and it also provides a pulling force so that the 8 planets are moving around the sun. There is some force which attracts those planets to revolve around the sun. So basically the sun is the ultimate source of heat and light for the solar system. The heat of the sun is so tremendous, but it is not felt so much by us because despite being our nearest star, sun is very far from us. It is around 150 million kilometer away from the earth. 150 million kilometer. 150 into 10 raised to power 6 kilometer. That is why we do not feel the tremendous heat of the sun. What planets? As we have already seen, there are 8 planets in our solar system. In order of their distance from the sun, we have seen Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. We have also seen Jupiter, Uranus and Saturn have rings around them. Okay, so if you are not able to understand the names of the planet, then there is a trick. My very efficient mother just served us nuts. So my am Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Okay, now all these 8 planets, they move around the sun, as I already told, in a fixed path. This fixed path is elongated. This path is called orbits. So Mercury is nearest to the sun and takes only about 88 days to complete one round around its orbit. So Venus is considered as Earth's twin. Why? Because of its size and shape are very much similar to that of the Earth. So till recently, Pluto, the 9th planet, was also considered a planet, but after that it is declared as a dwarf planet. What is dwarf planet? We will be discussing about in the further course of lectures. So Earth is the 3rd nearest planet to the sun. In size it is 5th largest planet. It is slightly flattened at the poles. That is why its shape is described as a geoid. Geoid means Earth-like shape. Okay, so humans, let us know something interesting. So humans have always been fascinated gazing at the night sky. Those who study the celestial bodies and their movements are called astronomers. Who are astronomers? Who studies the celestial bodies and their movements. Now Aryabhatta was the famous astronomer of ancient India. He said that the moon and the planets, they shine due to reflected sunlight. Okay, today astronomers all over the world are busy exploring the universe. Next, why life is only possible on the earth? Because the conditions favorable to support life are probably found only on the earth. The earth is neither too hot nor too cold. It has water, it has air, which are very much essential for our survival. So the air has life supporting gases like oxygen. Because of these reasons, the Earth is a unique planet in our solar system. From the outer space, the Earth appears blue. Why? Because its two-third surface is covered by the water. That is why it is called a blue planet. It is also called a blue planet. Now, as we have already seen, Sun is around 150 million kilometer away from us or from Earth. So, light travels at a speed of 3 lakh kilometer per second, and it reaches from Sun to Earth in about 8 minutes. So, basically 150 divided by 3 into 10 raised to power 5. So, this comes around near 8 minutes. Okay. Now moon is our Earth's only satellite. Okay, its diameter is about only 1/4 that of the Earth. It appears so big because it is nearer to a planet than other celestial bodies. It is about 3,84,400 km away from us. Now you can compare the distance of Earth and the Sun from the Moon. The Moon moves around the Earth in about 27 days. It takes exactly the same time to complete one spin. So basically, Moon spin in 27 days, and it takes 27 days to complete one movement around the Earth. So as a result, only one side of the Moon is visible to us on the Earth. The Moon does not have conditions favorable for life. It has mountains, it has plains, it has depressions on its surface. These cast shadows on the Moon's surface. So look at the full moon and observe these shadows. Now Neil Armstrong was the first person to step on the surface of the Moon on July 20th, 1969. He was on a voyage to Moon on a mission of NASA. A satellite basically a celestial body that moves around the planet in the same way as planet moves around the sun. So basically we have our star sun, planets moves around the star which is sun. In similar way, satellite also moves around their planet. Human-made satellites are the artificial satellite. These are designed by scientists to gather information about the universe or for communication. They are carried by a rocket and placed in the orbit around the Earth. Some of the Indian satellites in space are INSET, IRS, EduSat, etc. Okay. Now what are asteroids? We have discussed about stars, we have discussed about planets, we have discussed about satellites. Next comes asteroid. So there are numerous tiny bodies which also moves around the sun apart from planets. So these bodies are called asteroid. Basically they are found between orbits of Mars and Jupiter. As let me show you in the picture. So this is our Mars planet, this is Jupiter, this is asteroid belt. These are small number of objects which also revolves around the sun in the similar way as planets. Okay, these are called asteroids. So basically scientists are of the view that these asteroids are parts of planet which exploded many years back. So next is meteoroids. What is meteoroids? Small pieces of rocks which move around the sun are called meteoroids. There are some pieces of rocks which move around the sun. They are meteoroids. Sometimes these meteoroids come near the earth and tend to drop upon it. So during this process, due to friction with the air, they get heated up and burn. It causes a flash of light. Sometimes a meteor, without being completely burned, falls on the earth and creates a hollow. Basically, meteoroids are the small pieces of rock which revolve around the sun. When these pieces of rock enters the earth atmosphere and try to drop on the surface of the earth, in this process, due to friction with the air, these pieces of rocks burns up completely. If they burns up completely, then we call it as meteorites. Meteorites are when they are revolving around the sun. When they enter earth's atmosphere and burns up completely due to friction, they are called meteorites. And when due to friction they do not burns up completely and fall on the surface of the earth, they are called meteor. They are called meteor. So meteoroids, when they revolve around the sun, when they are completely burned in the earth atmosphere, meteorites, and when it falls on the earth surface of the earth, it is called meteor. Okay, now there is a cluster of millions of stars. Okay, we can see in the night sky, we can see a whitish broad band like a white glowing path across the sky on a clear starry night. It is a cluster of millions of stars. This band is the Milky Way Galaxy. Our solar system is a part of this galaxy. So we have discussed about star, sun, planet, then satellites, then asteroid, meteorites. Now there are billions, millions of stars in a cluster, and the cluster, this band of Milky Way galaxy is a cluster of millions of stars. So our solar system is a part of this galaxy. Which galaxy? Milky Way Galaxy. In ancient time, it was imagined to be a river of light flowing in the night. Thus, it was named as Akash Ganga. A galaxy is a huge system of billions of stars and clouds of dust and gases. What is galaxy? A huge system of billions of stars and clouds of dust and gases. There are millions of such galaxies that make the universe. It is difficult to imagine how big the universe is. Scientists are still trying to find out more and more about it. We are not certain about its size, but we know that all of us, you and I, belong to this universe. So basically, suppose this is universe. Okay, there are millions of galaxies. Suppose these are millions of galaxies, and in each galaxy there are cluster of millions of stars. So there are cluster of millions of stars forms a galaxy, and there are million of galaxies in the universe. So imagine how big it is. We cannot even imagine. Okay, so with this we complete this chapter. If you have any doubt, any question, you can post me on the comment section. I will try to revert. as soon as possible. Thank you. Also, please try to answer these questions which are given at the end of the chapter in your NCERT book. Try to answer these questions, as this will help you in your understanding. See you in the next video. Thank you.